Alrighty, hello and welcome to episode 12 of the Outside the Numbers podcast. And for the first time, just this and the draft, pretty much the only off-season events
Yeah.
that are something to look forward to, something to tide us over through the off-season. We have got the full 2023 NFL schedule. It includes three. Also, I didn't introduce this. I'm Shelby, and this is
I'm Ethan.
But yeah, it includes 5 games in Europe, 2 in Germany, 3 in London. For whatever reason, they saw fit to cut the Mexico City game. Not entirely sure what happened to that, but a lot to look forward to. I'll bring us in the opener of the season, Thursday Night Football. The Chiefs, as always, the defending Super Bowl champions.
Yeah.
Who were they playing, Ethan?
The Detroit Lions.
The Detroit
Lions.
I cannot for the life of me think of the last time I even saw the Lions in prime time where they weren't flexed in, where they were scheduled for a prime time game. I'm sure it's happened because usually you have to get one a year.
I think I've more recently seen them flexed out.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, way more often flexed out there.
Get that out of here.
Yeah, and actually, fittingly, the NFL did say this year that they are no longer requiring teams to have at least one primetime game. That's an interesting little tidbit. But the Lions in Week 1 against the Super Bowl champions, has the Lions hype gone perhaps a hair too far?
I mean, if we're judging off this, yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be a very bad turnout for them, and it's going to be a bad way to start the season. But it'll be fun to watch, I think.
Yeah, because it's football.
Yeah, it's the first game back, and we're going to get a lot of points, at least on one side,
Yeah.
So it'll be fun.
And it's I love watching the Lions sort of be this fun underdog team that's putting stuff together. This does seem like they might have jumped the gun a bit. This feels like lambs to slaughter, Super Bowl champion. Week 1 you're always going to get some pretty anomalous games where your teams aren't really what they're going to be later in the season. So in that case, I much more trust the Chiefs to have it all together by Week 1 as opposed to the Lions. But hey, right. Jahmyr Gibbs, we get to see the first round running back. We get to see Jared Goff.
See, that's what I was gonna say. Is I thought the Lions were a lot easier to root for as an underdog when they were led by Stafford.
Yep, 100%. Although this is a fun throwback to the Jared Goff versus Mahomes. You remember that game in 2018?
Yeah.
This is two very different. I guess the Chiefs, you could say, look pretty similar, but it has potential. The Lions were a very high-scoring offense last year. Also the Chiefs. Hopefully that isn't just a blowout, but regardless, it's football.
Yeah, hopefully excited to have it back.
Yeah. So I figure we go through. So that's the first primetime game, but I figure we go through each Sunday Night Football matchup and rank it. We can do a top 5. We can just kind of weed out ones we're looking forward to, ones we're not looking forward to. The opener of the season, Sunday Night Football, that is Cowboys at Giants. How you feeling?
It's a good one. Division, I feel like it'll go pretty down to the wire. It'll be a good, entertaining matchup. Yeah,
the Giants have been a little more watchable of late. I didn't track too well what they did through the draft, but Cowboys Giants, was it Thanksgiving I believe it was Thanksgiving last year, and it was at least into the fourth quarter a very close game. Mm-hmm. So I think they are very well suited. And let's see. So we got Cowboys Giants. Week 2 Sunday Night Football is Dolphins Patriots. So another division matchup of the two. Which one? You can only take one. You only watch one.
Between the two?
Between the two.
I'm watching Cowboys Giants for sure.
Okay, yeah. It is basically Cowboys Giants. I think both teams are intriguing. This one, mm-hmm. I don't see the appeal with the Patriots anymore. They're just not. Without Tom, it's been a constant decline. They just
Yeah.
don't strike me as a primetime team. It's so weird. It's a total shift from everything we grew up with.
Yeah. Well, right, because the Dolphins are kind of on the come up, and they've been a nothing team for most of our lives.
Yeah.
So they're kind of
And hey, early season Tua, less likely to, more likely to be on the field at least. And I mean, you don't
right,
think of it
right,
too often
right.
because he was out a lot, but like when he's playing, he is good, and
He
he
is.
had them on a hot streak. So it's at least something to look forward to.
Yeah. Hopefully, he's got a new doctor in the house
Yeah, did
in
you hear he
Miami.
was taking jujitsu lessons to figure out how to fall?
I didn't see that. That's pretty
If
cool,
that
though.
doesn't solve the issue, I don't. What
That's
possibly
yeah.
could? Yeah. But the next week we take a dip. I don't even think we have to. We'll say the teams they're playing. I don't think it comes into question with take one, leave one. This one's getting left. It's Steelers Raiders. It doesn't. It just doesn't even
Yeah.
historically and presently. It doesn't feel like that exhilarating of a match. Am I missing
No.
something for
I,
intrigue here?
no, I don't think so. Because that's what I was thinking is that's going to be boring.
One thing we might consider doing here is I'm going to bring up the other games that week. I want to figure out where they went wrong. What game should be in prime time? So I don't know if you have it up. I have week 3, some games that could be Sunday Night Football instead of Steelers Raiders. I'm going to throw out. Oh, it's actually no. They might have done something right. Chargers Vikings off of the top of my head. I would take over Steelers Raiders.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, how would you take? Well, that's Monday Night Football. They're doing a weird. It looks like they're doubling up Monday Night Football on a semi-regular basis. Look at this. They've got a 7:15 and an 8:15 on
Did they
Monday
do
Night
that?
Football for week 2 and week 3.
Did they do that at the beginning of this last season too?
I don't remember. Maybe this has been a thing. I think of it only as like
It
COVID stuff when
seems.
you start getting doubled up with
Yeah, right.
primetime games, but maybe that's something I've not remembered. Dude, at this rate, I would take Panthers Seahawks over Steelers Raiders as far as week 3. I don't know,
Yeah.
Bryce Young and
Eagles,
kind of
Bucks,
a surging, yeah.
Rams, Bengals, or is that
Rams though,
that's one?
Rams the only.
Is that
Oh,
one of
and
the Monday night?
that's Monday
Yeah.
night. Yeah, yeah. But Rams, I'm struggling to get behind as an entertaining franchise. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see,
Yeah.
but yeah, regardless, definitely not. So far, we're in week 3. We're keeping Cowboys Giants, and it has yet to be displaced. The next Sunday Night Football, and now they're stopping the doubled up Monday Night Football by week 4, so that's not a season long thing.
Okay.
But Sunday Night Football, we get Jets Chiefs, which that's just Rodgers Mahomes now.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because my immediate reaction is, oh, blowout, Jets or nothing. But then you remember, oh wait,
Mm.
they're an entirely new team now. That
Yeah,
should
I
be
was
an
thinking like,
interesting.
obligatory, like every team has to have a prime time. That's the only reason the
Yeah.
Jets are in here, and then it's like, oh no, they're gonna be in here a lot.
Yeah. That could be a very good game.
I think that's taken the one spot for now. I think that
Yeah.
goes above Cowboys Giants. That seems comfortable. Okay.
For the entertainment factor,
Um,
I think Cowboys Giants is going to definitely be a more competitive game.
yeah, fair enough.
But
Yeah, yeah. In terms of big names,
yeah,
this is yeah. And then so the next week we have Cowboys 49ers, which is a great rematch of. There's been 2 consecutive. There was the 2021 wild card where the Cowboys lost to the 49ers, and we got the 2022 divisional where the Cowboys lost to the 49ers. In 2023, the Cowboys will lose to the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game. That is what will happen. But what do you think of this Week 5 matchup? Does it do anything in terms of beating out Rodgers Mahomes?
I don't think so. San Francisco is not too exciting. I think y'all will take that game. It's interesting. Y'all already got a second Sunday night football game, not even just prime time. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we get a lot of prime time. Yeah, yeah, I see what you mean though. Yeah, we'll see how many more down the stretch we get. I mean, we always get
I think
Thanksgiving,
y'all
so we're
had
gonna have one
three.
more than most teams.
Yeah, I think y'all had three Sunday night. games, and
Okay.
then
Wow.
at least, yeah, you probably have a Monday night and Thanksgiving Thursday.
Probably. Yeah, and like yeah, on a Thursday. Oh well.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe just the
maybe
one Thanksgiving Thursday. But the next week we get and now the Giants with their second Sunday night football. Giants Bills October 15th.
this could be good. Two young quarterbacks going at it. Different levels, I think, but
Yeah.
uh, still, it still could be a good matchup. I would
I
watch it.
did I heard somebody the other day trying to make a comparison to how Josh Allen had those first few years where he struggled and then really found another level. I
Hmm.
heard somebody trying to suggest that maybe Daniel Jones had another Josh Allen like gear.
I don't know.
Yeah, see,
We'll see.
seems
We'll
unlikely.
see.
Yeah, I guess only time will tell. I want to make fun of
Yeah,
him, but
I would definitely will watch and see, and I
yeah,
don't think that's happening. I think Josh
yeah.
Allen is a very special player.
Well, and now we say this, but think about this: maybe the Giants know something we didn't because they paid him as if that's already true.
No, that's yeah,
They gave him
yes.
a contract as if they know that he has a Josh Allen level gear that we haven't seen yet. Oh boy! Oh, I love being a rival of the New York Giants. So so far, it seems like pretty unanimous. Chiefs Jets is our number one Sunday night
Yeah,
football matchup.
for sure.
Okay. All right. So we move on. Week 7. How do you feel about Dolphins Eagles?
I like this. It's not two powerhouses, but I think they're uh, pretty equal playing field as far as like entire team production. I think it'll be nice. I want Miami to win this.
Oh, I'm right there
I
with you.
I hate Philadelphia so much. So
That's
I
one
just
thing
wanted
we
to get
can
that out there.
firmly agree on. Yeah.
Yeah. So week 8, Sunday night football, we have Chicago and the Chargers.
Um. Yeah. I don't think it's quite there yet.
No.
No. Yeah.
No, Chicago. It's interesting by week 8. Let's see what this team looks like with Sean Payton. You know,
What
but
which team looks like with Sean Payton?
no, I'm sorry, that's Denver.
Yeah. I was like,
I get that.
huh?
I do those. I do those all the time.
So Ethan, the colors are the same.
And
With
they kind of
Chicago
they're
and Denver.
similar. They're both up there.
Sure. As in West.
At, in North. I'm from Atlanta, dude. They're both snowy area.
That's a
I do.
crazy take.
They
I'll
still
edit that to
suck.
make it seem a
They're
little
still
better, but not a
bad.
lot better. That's
They're bad. That's what I'm saying.
they're bad and they're orange.
Yeah.
Well, where do you think what's his name? Matt Eberflus, Chicago Bears second year head coach. Where do you think he's gonna have him by week 9
I
or
mean,
whatever this is?
it's not going to be any better than last season. I don't think. Haven't
We
heard any news on them. They're not making any moves. Like I don't. Then you can't expect to be any better.
we talked a bit last week about Justin Fields' underrated rushing season. And I think they did
Yeah.
draft pretty high at drafting offensive linemen. So maybe there's I don't know, maybe there's some hope where they become a little bit of like an early Lamar era in Baltimore where they've got like he's developing the passing game, but he's starting to get into that rhythm with the offense. Their defense is obviously not anywhere close to Baltimore's
No.
or Buffalo's or anything, but yeah, no, that game's not displacing the Jets,
No, not at all.
Chiefs. So then we get to Raiders Jets. I mean, right off the bat, we can say it's the Jets. So with the other team not being the Chiefs, I don't think it stands a chance. But it is still like compelling.
Yeah, I would say so. Did you skip week 9?
Oh, did I?
Buffalo,
What was week
Cincinnati.
9? Oh wow, yep, very much did.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh,
I
that's
like
like
that.
immediate
Yeah,
possibility of displacing them. Thank you.
I like that matchup a lot.
Do we
from an
like it
offensive and a
more?
defensive. I think I do because it's got they're like powerhouse teams, and it's going to be a good competitive game, and it's probably going to have some pull in what happens in the postseason.
I feel very comfortable putting that as the 1A, and then moving Jets Chiefs down. Yeah, absolutely, because they both have the playoff history
Right.
already. Like, there's an existing rivalry where Jets Chiefs is nothing outside of the quarterbacks
Right.
just both being at the top of their game. Yeah, no, that feels I feel very good putting that up top. And we can skip the next week because
Yeah.
Jets Raiders is not getting any traction. So Broncos Vikings now. How's Sean
There's
Payton doing?
Denver. Yeah. How's he by week 11? He's got a little more time than before. Um, I don't have a whole lot of faith in that team though, especially like first year. Probably not going to be any kind of positive. So I don't. I think the Vikings are like a step above average, kind of consistently year after year, and then they ruin the Saints' playoff hopes or something. But I think they're gonna be. They're not gonna be like a star power team, but they're gonna. I think they handle this one.
You think the Broncos take this one? Is what you're
No, I
suggesting?
think Minnesota
Oh, you
takes
think
this
Minnesota
one. Yeah,
takes it? Yeah, I feel like
they're not gonna be great.
for your boy Sean Payton, I think he's gonna get a lot of slack. I think maybe week 12 is where it starts to really heat up if they're not doing well. For the most part, I think people are willing to say like this team was an absolute train wreck. So I mean, it took him what 2-3 years to turn around the Saints originally, and he did so with a quarterback that had probably lower expectations. I think we've made this comparison before, but
Yeah,
um, there is some similarity. Bringing in an experienced quarterback and then turning the team around, but very different situation with how poor Russell Wilson played a year ago. So I think
yeah.
people will give him a lot of slack. I think I don't think he's going to lose too much respect by then. But yeah,
No.
bring us into week 12 Sunday Night Football.
Week 12, we got San Francisco and Seattle at Seattle.
I love this rivalry. I love this matchup. I love this division. Those like 2012, 2013, 2014, those
Mm-hmm.
playoff games, late season matchups, just two iconic teams with that. Yeah, I love that matchup a lot. Now,
Yeah,
does it
and
mess with?
primetime in Seattle is a really good environment.
Yeah.
It's loud and yeah, it's a
Now, there's no way to know this ahead of time, but in my mind, I'm also like, dude, if there's snow, because we're talking Northwest in winter, like that would immediately kick it into another gear for me in terms of watchability.
yeah,
But on a
right,
base
right.
level, Bills Bengals still has it. How do you feel?
I would agree. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. That's hard
yeah.
to beat. That really is like game of the year, for at least from this far out. The next week, now it did just get a little more compelling than it maybe would have been.
Hold
Ravens
up.
Chargers.
San Francisco Seattle was Thursday.
Oh, okay. Wait. So what's the Sunday?
Sunday week 12 is the Baltimore Chargers.
Oh, I see what you mean. They mixed that one in
Yeah,
here. Yeah, I see what you're seeing on
yeah.
the website.
No, I didn't see that before either.
Okay.
That's
So yeah,
interesting.
so Ravens Chargers. Yeah. I mean, it's
Uh,
still not. It's not top
yeah,
five for me. I don't think.
no.
Yeah.
It might be fun to watch. It'll be yeah. I like to watch Baltimore.
I like to watch Baltimore. I like to watch the Chargers, but there's something about I feel like they're really losing me even as an underdog with that playoff performance last year. It was almost infuriating. Of like,
It was
like,
bad. It was
like
bad.
I want to hope for you. Justin Herbert's so good. Oh, now I'm willing to say perhaps overrated, maybe. But
I don't know.
I mean, just
I like
with
Herbert a lot.
he gets thrown in with like Josh Allen and that top tier. I think he's
Yeah.
really comfortably settled into a fifth to 10th best quarterback window. I guess that's
Okay.
out there to be debated, but uh, but yeah, no, not quite high scale enough of a matchup to get into the top 5 or so.
No, yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Now, week 13, Packers Chiefs.
Which is now not as interesting as my immediate reaction to it is. So I don't.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's not going to take top for me at all.
No.
The Chiefs seem to keep getting all these primetime games against teams that don't really deserve primetime spots.
Yeah, the fact that they got Raiders is pretty confusing. Let's look through that week because my immediate thought is like that is a major flex candidate if Jordan Love, like that's really assuming Jordan Love is comfortable or comfortable to
Mm-hmm.
great because he's really all that can keep the Packers super relevant. So let's see, week 12 potential games that could move in there, or no, week 13 is it? Yeah,
13,
week
yeah.
13. Right off the bat, 49ers Eagles.
Okay, come on.
What are we doing? That is a way more compelling matchup. Even Bengals Jaguars, I would say, with where the Jaguars were by the end of last year, that's a better matchup.
Mm,
I mean,
yeah,
you can debate me on that. That's fine.
yeah. I feel like the Jags are one of those teams that keep accelerating all year long, and then they just peak at the last game of the season, and
And then
just
reset.
start over.
That's a really good point. That's actually really funny too, because like even 2017 when they had that playoff push, they were just right
Yeah.
back at the bottom. 2018. That is so depressing, but very fair. What other? Let's see. Are there any other games that would? I mean, Lions Saints. Not really.
Not really. I mean, I would like
Shoot.
to watch it.
I know that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of it for you. And I mean, like I don't know. Lions at least should get. I think putting them in the Thursday to open up the year is a little much, but like they're a good enough team to warrant more respect than any other time in my lifetime. I think going into a season.
Yeah, yeah.
Colts Titans. Yeah, no, that's fine enough. We can hop onto week 14. Let's see. So that closes out. This looks like they're getting into. Yeah, it's another Thursday doubleheader. Yeah, but the Sunday night football game is a classic Cowboys Eagles
In Dallas.
in Dallas. I think it leapfrogs Cowboys Giants from earlier in the year, and then sits somewhere
Mhm.
behind Jets, Mahomes, and then obviously Bills and Bengals in the number one
I
spot
think I
for
would
the
I would
season.
probably put this above Jets Mahomes.
Really?
Yeah, just because this is probably going to have playoff consequences and it's divisional. This late
And
in the
it's late in the
season.
season. You're right.
Yeah.
Man, shoot, dude. I hope that the Cowboys are relevant enough by then to make it this worthy of being that high on the list because
That's,
I can also see Cooper Rush like stumbling over I can
don't
see the
manifest
other
that.
end of that. Yeah, no, I've seen it too many times. Oh my goodness, I watched it. I'm only like 2 years removed from watching a Ben DiNucci late season in Philly game. It can be real grim real fast. So let's see, week 15, Ravens Jags. Anything from you on that one?
It could be good. I mean, like I said earlier, this is late in the season, so the Jags might actually
Oh,
be
they're
something.
actually on. They're playing well
So
now. Yeah.
this could, they could potentially ruin some playoff hopes for Baltimore. This is where it starts getting really good because teams will sabotage other teams even if they don't have a chance of making it just by
Mm-hmm.
by winning these games that playoff teams are coming in unprepared for. And I feel like this might be one of those trap games for Baltimore.
Is it? Is it in? Yeah, it's in
It's in
Duval.
Jacksonville. Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely a good trap game. I think this, based on now, we are a little tripped up because there's 18 weeks. But yeah, no, this is like really winding into the playoffs. I think I'd
All the
put it.
week 18 games are to be determined because they're doing Saturdays too and stuff like that, right? Or is
Yeah,
it?
that gets weird. Yeah, all week 18 is they schedule
Yeah.
it like a week or two out, I guess. Yeah, no, that's up there. I mean, that's on the edge of top 5. And then we get into week 16, Christmas Day games. This is a weird schedule. Let me go back to the other website for this one.
Oh
Week
yeah, yeah.
16. It looks like Sunday night football for that week is Bengals Steelers, but there's like 4 other primetime games. I guess how confident are you in like Kenny Pickett really having a strong enough year too for the Steelers for this to be a super playoff relevant game, because obviously a division matchup.
I just don't see the Steelers doing anything this season at all, and so I don't. They might not even be in this game. Like this might get flexed to something or switched out with something else. I don't know, but yeah, I don't think Pittsburgh's going to be worth prime time, especially this close to the playoffs when they're trying to ramp up ratings and all that. I don't know. I don't know about it.
Yeah,
I think Cincinnati would wipe the floor with them.
you think Cincinnati?
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel
even in
solid about
Pittsburgh.
that one. The only thing that for me that it's not what I'm seeing when I watch the Steelers that makes me believe in them. It's literally only the very like vague history. I mean, not even vague, just the fact that Mike Tomlin just doesn't have losing seasons. So you like it just hasn't happened. And I know it's like maybe we're seeing the same thing that happened to Bill Belichick, right? Because that very
Yeah.
comparable. Like maybe it really was just Ben Roethlisberger, but the fact that they went from like 2-6 to a borderline playoff team last year, it gives me enough confidence. Definitely not enough to make this an overly compelling game, but enough for me to think they're going to be like 7-8 in this game or
Okay.
something like that. Like
Okay.
that feels like what the Steelers will where they'll be here. Let's see, December 31st, week 17, the last scheduled game of Sunday Night Football, Packers Vikings. Man, this just feels sad now.
Yeah,
It feels like a dead division rivalry.
because it's just not interesting.
Yeah, it's a little bit like Saints Falcons now with Matt Ryan gone and Drew Brees gone. It's just like,
Yeah,
you
having
know,
to rebuild the whole. Yeah.
like seeing that on a schedule 4 years ago, it would maybe jump to 3, second best on this
Oh
list for
yeah.
me. I mean, that is one of the best division rivalries out there, and now it's just kind of dead. So, yeah, Jordan Love. I don't know, man. I really don't know.
It did just kind of settle down after Breeze retired, especially, and then Ryan's. Yes, completely different teams. So we got to
Yeah,
rebuild that hatred.
Desmond Ritter, Jameis Winston. What an
Yeah. Right.
absurd situation.
Jeez.
Let's see what else. There's not really any other news to get to. I think we covered a lot. So we will go ahead and call it for today.
All right. Appreciate you guys tuning in for episode 12 of Outside the Numbers podcast. We'll catch you next week. Don't know what we're talking about yet because we're probably going to be back into slow news mode, but we'll be here.